Hey guys, this is the Assassin Blade Vortex 2.4 Atlas of Worlds guide. I guess it's a sort of compilation of my stream highlights and how exactly I leveled this character to get you into Path of Exile, get you a build that works, and get you a build that's fun to play and can do all the content in the game. Hope. So the early level is pretty simple stuff for PoE. You want to path to your health nodes, use any gear you can. It's early game, it's start of a league, just find anything, and find a skill to use that you are enjoying until Blade Vortex. So, you start off, it's the standard stuff, you kill Hillock on day 1 of patch, you try to kill rowers, the game freezes and lags, you try to battle through the lags of Path of Exile, and after you've managed to defeat the lag and the disconnections and you can actually play the game, we will begin. So you probably found a skill. I was using EK, Ethereal Knives. I was in a party of, I think it was 4 people. We were leveling up at the same time. It was day 1 of patch, so we all decided to level. You want to do the quests, every quest you can, get the passive points, standard stuff, and you want to do the All Flame quest as soon as you can. A Shadow, once it's done the All Flame quest, who kills Fairgraves, that will give you access to Blade Vortex, which maybe not now that we're a couple of days into the league, but that was a really big help not having to message people to buy gems. One of the reasons I chose this build to be a Shadow and a crit is because once you do the missions, you get all the gems from the vendors. You don't need to go around asking people to buy certain gems. So for leveling, you get the bandits. You want to go passive point, and then a power charge. Keep it pretty simple. Stack resists, try get capped out, get some early game health to survive, and just keep leveling up your gems. You may need a little bit of dexterity early on. You can path down to a dexterity node. There are a few on the tree, which is in the description. And you just sort of chug your way along through all the acts, playing relatively safe, popping your health pot, standard stuff. There's nothing different about this leveling guide than any other. It's Path of Exile 101. You just get your skill, you spin, as you can see here. If you get a little bit low, you pop your health pot, and you just play relatively safe. There's nothing fancy about this or anything. So as you can see, we're kind of showing you the tree here. You path through those early game physical nodes. You can path up to all the health nodes. I went straight up for that health cluster, and then I went all the way left for the health cluster, and then I went up to those little blue nodes in the top left of your screen, which are like AoE and increased damage, just to give me a little bit of clearance, as early on I don't have any gear. I don't have a 5 link, a 6 link, even a 4 link, so I can't afford increased AoE, so I'm just trying to get a little bit of AoE. And I also pathed down early to that strength and dexterity node near Valpak, just near my webcam, as that helped me level up Blade Vortex. So you just path in a sensible route around the tree. You don't suddenly shoot off to CI or anything like that. Just go through all the life nodes and get yourself through the acts. You can see here we're sort of going through the Colm and Duresso part of the campaign. I was leveling with a friend here. I think he's doing a sweet build, and I'm doing Blade Vortex Assassin, as you're watching now. It handles all the content absolutely fine. There are a few sketchy moments which we'll talk about and how to avoid them, as I've now played through it and I can give some tips. But honestly, the leveling through normal and cruel was completely fine. I didn't really have any trouble. So you can see here, yeah, we've killed the Duresso, and for your leveling part 3, you just want to start focusing energy shield over HP when you're in cruel. You want to begin to think about capping your resist for Merciless, and you also want to ascend as soon as you can and as soon as you feel strong enough. You want to go in that lab and you want to get your power charges. One of the things I didn't really understand about this build was I ascended too late and didn't get my power charges. That would help a lot. Effectively, a Shadow can spin, and each non-crit gives him a power charge, which means he quickly ramps up his power charges, which give you crit chance, they give you damage. So you want to be ascending to get your power charge, I would say, as soon as you feel ready, as soon as you feel able to. It's not that tough in normal, so just do that whenever you can. And the reason you start to focus energy shield over HP is we are going CI, so there is a crossover point where you will be in Merciless, you will only have like 1.5k HP, but a lot more energy shield, which means chaos damage will bypass your shield, so you only have a small health pool to survive, and it can get kind of irritating having to spam health pots to survive chaos. The type of gear you want to look for, again, you want to cap your resists. As you go later into the game, you can see here, I'm in Cruel here, I'm on a 4-link and a 3-link, and that's it. I have a spell shield, I have a dagger that gives me some spell damage and some spell multi, and in the future, crit chance for spells, and the rest is just trying to cap my resists. I haven't got any fancy rings, nothing particular. I was completely broke at the beginning of the league. So you want to look for capping your resists, building up that energy shield pool as you get into Merciless, because you won't be having any health, remember, as you go in CI. And again, focus on that spell damage, the multiplier, the crit chance for spells. If you can get some gear with flat energy shield, and that's pretty much it. So we can see here we're in Cruel now, we're killing Dominus, and it's going pretty fine. When I'm leveling, I just like to do parties to level. It makes it more fun. I don't particularly find the leveling of this game that interesting anymore. When I first began the game, I definitely did. But after leveling about 50 characters, it certainly gets a little bit tedious. So I just do leveling parties. So we're in here and we are killing Dominus just fine. As people are getting slowly written off as they lag out and they die. But I'm having no problems spinning on him. I've got about 3k energy shield and 1.5k life, so a decent sized health pool at the moment. And he finally goes down. As you enter into Merciless, you're gonna struggle again because you're at that health pool where most characters that are HP based, life based, they'll have 4k life. So when chaos hits them, they've got 4k to sort of be a battering ram. You only have 1 to 2k life at most, so it can get a little bit tough. So what you want to do is you want to get Warlord's Mark and Blasphemy. You want to path up to Valpact and Ghost Reaver. This means that Life Leech will apply to your energy shield, which Warlord's Mark gives Life Leech. So effectively when you're spinning, you can see my energy shield is going slightly down and then it's going instantly back up. This just makes the game so much more comfortable. Now I would argue that you should actually get Warlord's Mark and Blasphemy a lot earlier, but it's difficult for the mana that you need, and it's also just generally tough to get 3-links and those sort of spells early on in the league. But I would definitely recommend that you go for Warlord's Mark and Blasphemy. When you're at 4.5 to 6k energy shield, definitely go CI. Like I said, the chaos will really begin to irritate you. The second you go CI, it's so much better. Yeah, you don't have health pots, but if you get good pots, it makes such a difference. So when you're at 4.5 to 6k energy shield, you want to go CI. Again, we're running Discipline to give us a little bit more energy shield. Don't forget to run that, which I did. You want to get good pots. So what I mean by that is a Granite Flask, an Evasion Flask. You can get a Rumi's Concoction. That's for spell block. You can get an Azeri Flask to give extra physical leech. These are all endgame things that I'm going to be building towards. If you've got any questions, you can ask me. So, you want to work on your pots. I would recommend an early game Granite Flask. Makes such a difference if you can find one. You want to go CI to avoid that chaos, and you want to get your Warlord's Mark and Blasphemy working for that leech. As you can see here, as an example, as I'm spinning on this character just to show you, and the energy shield is going straight through some maps. I haven't quite transitioned yet to CI in this video. I have on my stream. I've got about 6.9k energy shield. I'm level, I think I'm 78. This is playing in softcore. This build could probably be done in hardcore. I just don't like hardcore. For me personally, I like to chill out when I play PoE. So if I want to go full crit multiplier, full crit damage, and try and one-shot a really rippy boss on a rippy map, I want to be able to do that without losing my character. That's just my playstyle. You can probably play this in hardcore, I would say, if you play it really safe. Honestly, the deaths that I've had have just been like, I've got 1k health and I've ran out of Chaos Boss and it's like one-shot me, you know, that type of thing. Or just general silly things, really, because I just like the softcore life, man. I think it's more fun. But the build can definitely work. I didn't play this build and think, wow, I'm getting incredibly one-shotted all the time. I've only died a couple of times, and yeah, it's fine. So again, for the weapons, you want to be looking at your spell crit, your spell multi, spell damage. I think you get a Divinarius at the end. You can get a Carcass Jack as well for a chest piece. For the AoE. Again, the videos you're seeing now, I'm on now on a 5 link. I haven't gone CI, but I have in the future. You want to add on increased AoE, so the links I'm currently using are Blade Vortex, Controlled Destruction, Spell Echo, Faster Casting, and increased AoE. I didn't add the 5th link on for so long because it's new into a league and I had to actually craft, I actually had to get the fuses to 5 link it, which took a while. So yeah, definitely the 5 link makes a big difference with the AoE, but it makes no difference to your damage. Obviously it's only making the AoE bigger, which just makes clearing easier. You can have a Conk Effect gem, which I've been leveling up, that obviously you can swap in for a boss and do a lot more damage. You can see I'm running 6 power charges, etc, etc. Whirling Blades if you've got a dagger. You don't have to use Whirling Blades though, you can use a wand just for extra spell damage and multi, and then you could use Flame Dash. I would definitely say Endgame, I'm looking to get some good flasks because I'm CI. I'm looking to get more Energy Shield and cap my resist even further, maybe get some flat Energy Shield on my gear. And the build just feels kind of nice. You sort of, the playstyle is you spin up and you run forwards. You get your power charges, your leeching, and it's a nice playstyle, you know. It's sort of it's a bit commit. On Merciless on Merciless Lab, I hit I hit like 1 HP whilst committing in the lab to kill the last guy because he was fully buffed up. And you've just got to commit and just believe that you will leech enough and you do enough damage. So don't play this bitch mode. That's when you'll get yourself killed. Yeah, if you've got 1 energy shield, back off, let it regen. But do believe in your leech, it makes a lot of a difference. So that was my quick build guide. I say quick, but I wanted to give you some thoughts. I've seen a few build guides out there and they've just basically shown a video of the build from last season and been like, yeah, this build works, do it. I just wanted to give you an example of how the build went, how it felt to play, and then you can make your own mind up if you wanted to play it. I'll probably be updating you, or I will be updating you, on how it goes. My goals are to try to Uber at Zeri, and the lab. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully that was enjoyable for you. Hopefully I haven't missed anything out. If I have, just throw me a question on my stream or my YouTube channel, and I will definitely answer to the best of my ability.